Dear students, let's start today's discussion on sexual reproduction in flowering plants, particularly angiosperms. In previous lectures, we have seen the process of microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis in detail. In this part, we will continue with the process of megasporogenesis, in which we have to observe different types of the ovules. As you know, anatropous ovule is one of the common ovule found in lots of angiospermic plants, but apart from this, there are also different types of ovules available in these angiosperms, and we have to just take a look towards these different types of ovules present in the angiospermic plants. So, in the part, if you observe the ovules in the angiosperm and the gymnosperm, you will note a particular difference. In case of gymnosperm, the presence of integuments, and in case of angiosperms, the same presence of integuments are less in number in gymnosperm and more in angiosperm. जिम्नोस्पर्म में हमें एक ही इंटीग्यूमेंट मिलेगा, whereas in angiosperm we will get 2 or sometimes 3 integuments. Okay, and one more difference will be there, that gymnosperm don't have the ovary wall which angiosperm has. So that's why the gymnosperm will form only seed, and this seed is naked, whereas angiosperm will form seed plus fruit, in which the fruit is formed from the ovary and seed is formed from the ovule. So this is what a basic difference in case of gymnosperm and angiosperm we observed. Now, regarding to the ovules available in case of angiospermic plants are of total 6 types. The first 2 types are shown in front of you. One is orthotropous ovule and another is anatropous ovule. Now let's see the different types of ovules and their differences. If you observe this orthotropous, so it is a straight. So one point which is common in case of orthotropous and anatropous, that both are in a straight line. You will observe the presence of micropyle and presence of chalaza. Okay, but the orientation is different. Orthotropous ovule में micropyle, chalaza and funiculus, all three lie in a same straight line. So observe this. This one will be the micropyle, then straight to the chalaza and then straight to the funicle. तो यहाँ माइक्रोपाइल, चैलाजा एंड फ्यूनिकल तीनों एक ही लाइन में है, इन द सेम स्ट्रेट लाइन, and such ovule is called as orthotropous ovule, which is straight, means its micropyle is towards the sky and funiculus is towards the soil. So that's very simple, and this kind of ovules can be seen in family Polygonaceae and Piperaceae. So these are the 2 plant families, angiospermic families, where you will observe the orthotropous ovule. And if you observe the anatropous, that structure we have already seen, it is most common type of ovule found in the angiosperms, where micropyle is on the lower side, means towards the soil, and if you observe its chalaza is towards the opposite side. So micropyle is on lower side and this micropyle further and funiculus lie side by side and micropyle is close to the hilum. So now again we can draw a straight line where you will observe the chalaza towards the sky and micropyle towards the soil. But the point here is that funiculus is not in the line of chalaza, but funiculus is near to the micropyle. So that's why it is an anatropous ovule which is tilted to 180 degree, where micropyle and funiculus lie side by side and micropyle is close to the hilum. So the most common type of ovule available in most of the angiospermic plants. So these are the two ovules. Another types is hemianatropous ovule and compylotropous ovule. Now look at the diagrams shown over here below, hemianatropous and compylotropous. So if you see hemianatropous, its nucellus and integuments, that is body of the ovule, are at right angle to the stalk और फ्यूनिकुलस. सो फ्यूनिकुलस के राइट एंगल में इसके न्यूसेलस और इंटीग्यूमेंट्स. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय राइट एंगल? सो दे विल मेक अ शेप ऑफ टी. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाट अ राइट एंगल. राइट एंगल टू द फ्यूनिकुलस और राइट एंगल टू द स्टॉक. तो ये फ्यूनिकुलस है, ओके, विच यू ऑल्सो कॉल्ड इट एज स्टॉक. तो इसको राइट एंगल, सो यू हैव टू जस्ट मेक अ टी to show the hemianatropous kind of ovule. So nucellus and integuments, that is body of ovule, are at right angle to the stalk or funiculus. Example, primulaceae or ranunculaceae. So that is a hemianatropous. Okay, so it can be found in primulaceae family and ranunculaceae family, a kind of hemianatropous ovule. The next is compylotropous ovule. And compylotropous ovule, where micropyle is not in line with the chalaza and funicle, lies at right angle to the chalaza. So look at here, the micropyle is not in the line, but rest of the things that are right angle to each other. So rest of the things means chalaza and funicle lie at right angle to the chalaza. Okay, so this one will be the chalaza and funicle. Okay, chalaza and funicle lie at right angle to the chalaza, where you will again observe the T. Okay, but in this T the micropyle is shifted towards the soil. मतलब ये और ये सेम ही है, सिर्फ डिफरेंस ये है कि इसमें माइक्रोपाइल भी राइट एंगल में है, यहाँ माइक्रोपाइल राइट एंगल में नहीं है. इट इज नॉट इन द लाइन, इट इज बिलो. ओके, एंड एग्जाम्पल इज कैम्पेरेडिएसी एंड कीनोपोइडेसी. सो दीज आर टू फैमिलीज, कैम्पेरेडिएसी एंड कीनोपोइडेसी, वेर यू विल ऑब्जर्व द compylotropous ovule. Okay, and the last two ovules, one is amphitropous and sarcinotropous ovule. So what does this amphitropous means? Amphitropous is the curvature ovule which is observed both in the body of ovule and embryo sac. So you will see the curve, और ये जो कर्व है ये आपको बॉडी में भी मिलेगा और embryo sac में भी मिलेगा. Now look at the embryo sac which is curved, look at the integuments, they are also curved, and that's why it forms a curvature which is observed in the body of the ovule as well as the embryo sac, where the embryo sac assumes horseshoe shape. Embryo sac का structure जो है it looks like horse shoe shape. So this is the horseshoe shape structure which is observed of the embryo sac over here, and that is the speciality of Papaver family, okay, Alismatiaceae family and Butomaceaceae family, etc. So amphitropous ovule is also rare but can be seen in such families. So this is the amphitropous ovule, where body, body, integuments as well as the embryo sac all are in curvature. Okay, so they form the curve. Then the next one is the sarcinotrophous ovule. This is the ovule where the funiculus takes a complete round around the body of the ovule. So funiculus takes complete round. So observe the funiculus. This is the stalk. Now from here funiculus is going to be turning, and it will turn and make a complete round. Okay, where here there will be a chalaza. So funiculus takes place a complete round 360-degree round to the body of the ovule, and thus it forms the micropyle completely blocked due to the turning of the funiculus. So this is how the turn will take place. So you might be confused over here that how pollen tube will enter into the micropyle, but the pollen tube will enter into the micropyle through the gap present in between the funiculus and integuments. Okay, so this is how it will enter. Okay, pollen tube from the gap between the integuments and the funiculus. But again here you will see that chalaza, micropyle and embryo sac, they are in straight line. But here chalaza is towards the soil, micropyle is towards the sky, and funiculus makes a 360-degree of the turn. And this kind of sarcinotrophous ovule can be observed in the family Cactaceae. Okay, example is Opuntia. So in case of Opuntia, if you observe the ovules, they are having like this 360-degree ovule due to the presence of the complete ring of funiculus. Okay, so these different types of ovules can be seen in case of the angiospermic plants. Now the next point, in the next video we have to observe the part by which the pollen grains that to be transferred to the stigma of the flower, that is the whole process of pollination and its types. Okay, so thank you very much for watching the video.